Hello there, welcome to my channel In-Depth Economics. In the last video, I have started solving Mbose Class 11 question papers. We have already completed all the multiple choice questions. Today we will be focusing on very short questions, each carrying 1 marks. As I have mentioned in the previous video, although I am concentrating on Mbose question papers, but the video will be useful for students of economics under various boards. So if you're ready, let's dive deep into it. The first part of the question will have general instructions for the students. We have already read all the instructions in detail in the last video, and we had solved the MCQs. Today we are looking at point number 4, question numbers 6 to 10 and 24 to 28, which are very short answer type questions. So we will have to answer them within a sentence, and each question is for 1 mark. We will begin with 2019 question paper. First part will be on introductory microeconomics. Let us look at the questions. First question, you are asked to define average revenue. So how do we define average revenue? We know that average revenue is nothing but total revenue divided by the quantity of goods produced. So we can define it like this. Average revenue is the average price per unit sold, or the total revenue divided by the quantity of products or services sold. Question number 7. What is production function? Production function, we know it is a mathematical relation between inputs and outputs. How do we define it? Production function is the relationship between physical inputs, land, labor, capital, etc., and physical output, that means the quantity produced. Question number 8. Here you are asked to draw an indifference curve. We know that indifference curve is actually giving us various combination of two goods which a consumer can consume. So you can see along the x-axis we are measuring good x, and along the y-axis good y. And when we are plotting various combination of these two goods which the consumer can consume, we are getting a downward sloping curve. During the exam, you can do the indifference curve freehand as well. Question number 9. Define monopoly market. Whenever we are using the term monopoly, we are referring to a single seller market. So we will write the answer like this. A monopoly market is a form of market where the whole supply of a product is controlled by a single seller. Question number 10. Mention the 3 basic problems of an economy. We know that all economies face some basic problems. What are they? The 3 basic problems of an economy are what to produce, how to produce, and for whom to produce. We proceed to part B, which is on statistics for economics. Question number 24. What are the 2 sources of data? We know that 2 sources of data are primary source and secondary source. So we will answer it like this. The 2 main sources of data are primary, information collected from internal sources, and secondary source, which is the information gathered from outside references. Next question, 25. What is an open-end series? You often come across series where the lower limit of the first class and the upper limit of the last class are missing. So those are open-end series. So we will answer it like this. In an open-end series, the lower limit of the first class in the series and upper limit of the last class in the series are missing. We proceed to question number 26. Define mode. In statistics, mode or modal value is that observation which occurs for the maximum number of times and has the highest frequency in a given data set. So that is the definition of mode. Question number 27. Given the values as x1, x2 and x3, write down the formula for finding arithmetic mean. We know that formula for calculating arithmetic mean individual observation is x bar is equal to summation x by n, where x can take values from 1 to n. We are given 3 values, so we will substitute those 3 values in the formula. So x bar will be equal to x1 plus x2 plus x3 divided by the total number of observation. Here it is 3. You can just leave it there because we are not having numbers in the question, so we cannot get the exact value of arithmetic mean here. Proceeding to the next question. What is correlation? Correlation measures the relationship or association between two variables by looking at how the variables change with respect to each other. Now we are proceeding to the question paper for the year 2020. Part A, Introductory Microeconomics. Question number 6. What is the meaning of the central problem, what to produce? How do we answer this question? The central problem of what to produce deals with selection of goods and services to be produced and the number of units or quantity of each commodity to be produced. Question number 7. Define utility. Utility is an economic term referring to the satisfaction received from consuming a good or service. Question number 8. Define indifference map. So how do you define it? An indifference map is a graph that shows a collection of indifference curves, each representing different level of satisfaction for a consumer. What is market supply curve? Market supply curve is a graph that shows how much of a product or service producers are willing to supply at different prices. Question number 10. What is constant returns to scale? Constant returns to scale is an economic condition when increasing the number of inputs like capital, labor, etc. leads to an equivalent increase in the output. Proceeding to Part B, Statistics for Economics. First question, what is distribution? A statistical data distribution is a function that shows the possible values of a variable and how frequently they occur. Question number 25. What is sampling error? The sampling error means the difference between the sample value and the population value. Next question, you are given some values and you are asked to calculate mode. We know that mode is a value which occurs for the maximum number of times. So we can just check which value is occurring maximum number of times. We see that 2 is occurring 3 times, 4 is occurring once and 1 is occurring once. So 2 is occurring maximum number of time. Value of mode will be equal to 2. Proceeding to question number 27. What value divides a distribution into two equal parts? We know from the measures of central tendency, median is a value which divides the distribution into two equal parts. So we will be answering it like this. Median divides a distribution into two equal parts. Next question is you are asked to do a scatter diagram for a given distribution. Here no distribution is provided to you. You are answering a question for 1 mark only, so you can do a scatter diagram freehand. So I have drawn a scatter diagram here which is showing a low positive degree of correlation between the variables x and y. Proceeding to question paper for the year 2022. Part A, Introductory Microeconomics. Question number 6. Define opportunity cost. Opportunity cost is the value of the next best alternative that is given up when choosing one option over another. What is an indifference map? We have already come across this question in another year's question paper. An indifference map is a graph that shows a collection of indifference curves, each representing different level of satisfaction for a consumer. Question number 8. Mention any two determinants of supply. There are many determinants of supply and you are supposed to mention any two. So here I have mentioned two determinants which are price of the commodity and the price of inputs or factors. Question number 9. Define total revenue. So how do we define total revenue? Total revenue refers to the total amount of money that a company earns through the selling of its goods and services over a period of time. Question number 10. Define marginal utility. Marginal utility is the additional satisfaction a consumer gets from having one more unit of a good or service. Let us proceed to part B, which is on statistics for economics. Question number 24. What is sampling error? Sampling error refers to the difference between sample estimate and the corresponding population parameter. Actual value of the characteristics of the population, for example, average height, average income, etc. Next question, you are supposed to calculate quartile deviation and you are given values of Q1 which is 52 and Q3 which is 57. We know that the formula for calculation of quartile deviation is equal to Q3 minus Q1 divided by 2. So if we substitute the given values and then do the necessary calculation, we are getting quartile deviation equal to 2.5. Question number 26. Write down one property of arithmetic mean. Here there are many properties. You are supposed to mention any one. Here I have mentioned arithmetic mean is based on all the observations. Let us proceed to question number 27. Give a formula for standard deviation. Here there is no specific instruction regarding the formula of standard deviation for which series, so you can write down any formula that you remember of standard deviation. Here I have given this formula. Standard deviation is equal to root over of summation x minus mu whole thing square divided by n, where capital X is the value of the data distribution, mu is the population mean, and n is the total number of observations. Question number 28. With which graphic method dispersion is measured? Lorentz curve is a graphic method of measuring estimated dispersion. Let us proceed to economics question paper for the year 2023. Part A, statistics for economics. You will see there is a slight change here. Part A is statistics for economics. Question number 6. What are the two main sources of data? The two main sources of data are primary, which is information collected from internal sources, and secondary source, which is information gathered from outside references. Question number 7. What is economics? You can define economics in various ways. We have the definition of economics given by different economists as well. Here I have given this definition or meaning of economics. Economics is a social science that studies how people, businesses, and societies use scarce resources to produce, distribute, and consume goods and services. Question number 8. Mention two uses of statistics in economics. Statistics has many uses in the study of economics. We are mentioning two of them. First one is understanding economic problems. Statistics help in understanding economic problems. And next one is statistics helps in economic forecasting. Let us proceed to the next question. Question number 9. Why is ogive curve also called cumulative frequency curve? An ogive curve is also called a cumulative frequency curve because it shows the cumulative total of the frequency of a data set. Here you will see that there is also another question. There is an option given. You either answer this question or the next question, which is, what is a questionnaire? A questionnaire is a research tool featuring a series of questions used to collect useful information from respondents. Last question, question number 10. What is an index number? An index number is a statistical tool that measures changes in a variable or a group of variables over time or across locations. Let us proceed to part B, which is introductory microeconomics. What is an economy? An economy is a system that involves the production, distribution, trade, and consumption of goods and services. Define production function. A production function is an economic concept that describes the relationship between inputs and outputs of a firm and measures its production efficiency. Question number 26. Mention any two factors affecting price elasticity of demand. Some of the factors affecting price elasticity of demand are availability of substitutes and proportion of income spent on an item. Proceeding to question number 27. When is a producer said to be in equilibrium? A producer is said to be in equilibrium when he produces the total of output at which his profit is maximum. Question number 28. Represent increase in supply by means of a diagram. Here you are supposed to draw a diagram which is showing the increase in supply. So you can see in the diagram I have measured quantity along the x-axis and price along the y-axis. First supply curve is S1 and it is intersecting with the demand curve at E1. When there is a shift in the supply curve, increase is represented by a shift of the supply curve to the right. So supply curve is shifting from S1 to S2. Now there is a new intersection point with the demand curve. So this is how you can show the increase in supply through a diagram. Here you will see again there is an option. You either answer the previous question or this question that is given, which is what is meant by decrease in supply. Now the decrease in supply is when the quantity of a good or service that is available decreases due to factors other than price. Now we proceed to question for the year 2024. Part A, Statistics for Economics. First question, define statistics in singular sense. We know that statistics can be defined in singular as well as plural sense. In singular sense, we define it like this. Statistics is the study of collecting, presenting, analyzing, and interpreting numerical data. What is multiple bar diagram? A multiple bar diagram is a graph that uses multiple bars to show the relationship between two or more sets of data. Next question. Give the formula for finding out median of a continuous series. So we will have to write down the formula for continuous series. So we know that median is equal to L1 plus N2 minus CF. That whole thing is divided by F into I. Now L1 we know that it is the lower limit of the median class. CF is cumulative frequency of the class preceding the median class. F is the frequency of the median class and I is the size of the class interval. Question number 9. What is mode? In statistics, mode or modal value is that observation which occurs maximum number of times and has the highest frequency in the given data set. Question number 10. State two types of price index numbers. Two types of price index numbers are consumer price index and wholesale price index. Now again there is an option, either you answer this question or the next question, which is what is correlation? Correlation measures the relationship or association between two variables by looking at how the variables change with respect to each other. Part B, Introductory Microeconomics. Question number 24. Mention two determinants of supply. There are many, you need to mention only two. Here I have mentioned two determinants, technology and number of sellers, and also given some explanation. New technology can reduce production cost and save on inputs, leading to increased production and supply. And number of sellers in the market can also affect supply. Proceeding to question number 25. What is budget set? A budget set is the collection of all possible combination of goods and services a consumer can afford given their income and the prices of those goods and services. Question number 26. What is marginal cost? In economics, marginal cost is change in the total cost that comes from making or producing one additional unit. Proceeding to question number 27. What are fixed factors of production? Fixed factors are those factors which do not vary to change in the level of output. For example, land, machinery, top, management, etc. Question number 28. What is meant by price floor? A price floor is a minimum price that is legally set for a product, service, or labor. Here again, there is an option. Either you answer this question or the next question, which is what is meant by price ceiling. One question was what is the price floor, and next question is on price ceiling. So a price ceiling is a legal limit set by the government on the maximum price a seller can charge for a product or service. Wow, today we have solved quite a lot of questions. I hope this video will help you prepare well for examinations. Please like and share the video with your friends. Do not forget to subscribe to my channel so that you will be notified whenever I am uploading a new video. Until we meet next time, take care and happy learning.